Tyler McGee here, coming to you from the back green at Orange County National. I just wanted to use this video to highlight a couple things on a wedge shot. This is a 55-yard wedge shot that I'm specifically going to hit, but this is a good motion that you can use. So to me, it's all the way up until you're hitting full shots. Okay, so what I'm looking for here is when you get set up, so I'm going to hit a couple to that back pin. I'll talk a little bit about the TrackMan numbers, but I'm also going to talk about what I like to see players do so they can be successful at this shot. Things that need to happen for you to hit this close: you need to know, one, how much energy you're going to deliver with the club. Two, you need to know how it's going to come off your club, so how it's going to launch. And three, we're looking at how it's going to spin, so how it's going to hit the green and react. If you can manage those things, we got a pretty good chance of being successful with this shot. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple ideas that you can use to help you control those things. Okay, so one thing that I see with players is when they're coming through, say, the hitting area. So say I load the shaft a lot with a lot of set. So then through the hitting area, I have a lot of energy built up. So sometimes I call it sudden speed, so like a burst of energy with the club head on this shot. And when I see that club head moving super fast through the hitting zone, I know that player is going to have a tough time predicting the shot. So meaning fast, like the burst of energy is fast. The club speed might not be like outrageously fast, but the burst of speed is fast. Okay, so I want to see on this motion a consistent speed produced mostly through how the body's rotating through the shot. Okay, so if I get in there and I get set up, stance width is just about 2 club heads apart. Okay, because it's a short swing. I don't need a lot of lateral motion and a lot of shifting on this swing. Okay, so I'm going to get set up there. That pin is about 55 yards. I'm just going to make sure I put down a stick here just so you can see that I'm going to aim. My goal is to aim relatively square to the target. I got a little wind here off the left, not a lot. So I'm going to get set up there. Ball position's right about center of my stance. Okay, and then when I take it back, for me on this shot, I'm going about hip high, arm positions in front of my body. I have a little bit of body rotation, and then from there, I'm going to let my body start to open up. You can see the sweet spot sort of coming a little from the inside and then tracking up. Okay, so hip high, that feeling, and I'm working my balance as I hit it. I'm working pretty tall. I liked how I struck that one. So this is a 60 degree. That launched at about 24. Okay, and you can see I launched it at 24, but I didn't take a huge divot. I was 7.8 down on that shot, and the spin was about 7,500. We could play around and get the spins really, really high on this shot. But when I'm looking at what's the goal? The goal is, can I hit the shot close so I have a chance to get up and down from this distance? So if I'm able to produce the same amount of speed, so the club head speed was about 53 there, it's into the wind a little bit, and that carried about 54 yards. So when I see, okay, if I can repeat how much speed I'm producing, and then that's going to help me control how far that ball is going to go, if I do that, I'm going to be pretty successful on this shot. I'm going to hit one more, same sort of ideas, and I'll throw up a video of me actually hitting this shot so you can see where the club is and how the face looks coming in, because I think those are things that help you as the golfer get a clear picture. Okay, if I do this, there's not a lot of guessing. I can be pretty consistent with it. Okay, so I'll do it again. Ball position's middle, try to hit one up there. I like that launch, sort of same feelings. Good. So it had, you know, I overcorrected a little. I pulled it just a touch, but sort of the same idea. The speed was just a little faster. Club path was 2.2 from the inside, and the attack angle was about 8 down with that same amount of spin, about 7,300, and the launch in the 23s, which is, that sort of, for me, that's got enough spin to stop on most greens, even to a front pin. So I'm not really looking to hit it much higher than that. I'm okay with it going a little bit higher than that if that's sort of how your body moves to hit that shot. But that to me, I feel like I got lots of control, and I can manage what that ball is going to do. Hit one more here. Let's see if I can hit one real tight. And I'm putting it on a really good lie. The thing so what can happen sometimes is if you're hitting, and you can see here, they've seeded, so we got a couple long strands of grass. They're trying to get ready for Q school, so I think they're trying to let it grow up a little bit, and then they're going to mow it down next week. But if you're playing somewhere that you're in the fairway and there's some grass that's not tightly mown, it's going to be hard to really manage the spin and the launch, because if you get any grass in the way of that face, it's not going to grip it, and then you're going to sort of lose control of the ball. That's why coming out of the rough's a little bit harder to manage. Usually on this shot, when I'm working with guys, I got the towel right here. We'll make sure the face is nice and clean. Just trying to manage the things that we can control. Okay, one more. Same thing, sort of hip high and then move through. Oh, that's a good one. Get up there. The wind hit it a little bit. I liked how that one, the sort of same number, 24, 8 down, 7,500 spin. So for me, it's one of those things, right? It's like throwing a ball. If I sort of know how hard my hand's moving and how fast the ball is going to come out of my hand, I can do a good job of hitting someone, you know, a running target, for example. So this shot, same thing. If you got a pretty good idea how fast the ball is going to come off the face with how much speed you're producing with your swing each time, you're gonna have a lot of success with this shot. Give that a try. I hope that helps.